housekeeper here, and today we are doing an apartment renovation, and I am literally going to bulldoze the entire thing and put in new rooms. I'm doing 2 bedrooms for the Sims that my kids created. So we have the first bedroom for Zoe and the second bedroom for Evie. And there's going to be a washroom. Each bedroom is going to have an ensuite bath, and there's also an extra bath for a guest bath beside Evie's bathroom. I'm doing this voiceover unscripted. I don't know if I can do it. I'm going to try to talk through the whole thing. Here I'm trying to divide up the room, trying to decide where I want everything to be. I wanted to kind of divide up the kitchen from the dining room, but as you'll see later on, I completely scrapped the whole idea. So I'm lighting right now so that I can see what I'm doing while I'm building, and once I'm done with all of that, I am going to get to work on the kitchen. I'm going to move that half wall because I'm not happy with where it is. Because as you see, it's going to block the door for Zoe's room. Actually, no, that half wall does not block the door of Zoe's room. This half wall ends up blocking the door of Zoe's room. I was going to put the dining on the other side of that half wall, and it just didn't work out with where Zoe's room was. So I end up moving that later on, and I don't know why or what possessed me to put those cabinets in. I wouldn't even use those cabinets on my own build. I'm just not happy with them. So I go with something that I'm a little more comfortable with, but I don't like the pink. So you'll see very shortly I'll end up changing the, right there, I'll end up changing those colors to white so I can use the pink elsewhere. My daughter's 2 favorite colors are pink and blue respectively. So I tried to split up the use of it. There are some areas where it's strictly pink and strictly blue, but others where I merged the colors together and to give it a more blended feel. So I wanted to give both of their personalities a chance to shine in this build. I'm also a big fan of putting the lights behind the cabinets because it creates some countertop lighting, and that's something that I'm actually a fan of in my own home. I have lights under the countertops so that I can see what I'm doing all the time. As you see, I originally put the dining room over on this side. I'm struggling with curtains, but I finally found something that I liked, and I struggled like kind of throughout the build on curtains for a little bit. I think I actually ended up scrapping the curtains that are currently in the laundry room. But as you can see, I'm trying to decide on curtains for Edie's room and Zoe's room, and still struggling with those curtains, and it wouldn't fall right for what I wanted. So now we are trying to figure out the placement of the dining room and the living space, and I knew I wanted the TV on that wall, and I was just trying to figure out how to make it work. So I ended up moving the dining room over here, as you can see, to directly off of the kitchen, and put in some lighting, and let's see. Yeah, the chandeliers, it was kind of tough finding lighting that actually gave off enough light. I don't know, I feel like the lighting has not always been this dim. I don't know, it just feels like none of the lights are actually giving off light lately. So I put some like wall accent for lighting, and I think I moved the same type of lighting over into the living area. I was trying to see which coffee table I was happy with, but I went with the I think it was the Observer, I can't remember. And I'm a huge fan of those tables that we got with City Living. And the karaoke machine, my girls are very music and art oriented, so you'll see a lot of music and art fun things that their Sims will be able to do, like the graffiti on the floor and the garage wall. And as you can see, the use of the pink and the blue together, I am putting the pink in the in the laundry room with blue shelving. So we're mixing that together again, and I'm putting a little, I'll be putting a little blue and white hutch by the door. And it's those little clutter things you see that I'm putting there that really make the difference. It can really make the apartment feel more homey, and I kind of like that look. I'm also putting down some paper. I'm putting down newspapers in front of the graffiti wall so that paint doesn't get everywhere. I know it's Sims, they don't need it, but it looks good. So it's all about that clutter. Those little bits of clutter really do make a difference. And both girls requested carpet in their bedroom. I think that comes from living in a house that had no carpet in any room for a year. And I'm struggling with paint choices, trying to do something that isn't too overpowering, and I chose to split up the walls. I really love the plastered brick look, so I tend to use it a lot on my city type houses, and even some of my country houses. I really like the feel of that plastered brick. It gives it a slightly finished but unfinished look, and personally I think I would also use that exact look in my own home if I had the chance. And now we're getting into the bedrooms. I used a lot of the same furniture because my girls have similar styles, just with different colors. And Zoe, of course, gets the piano because I feel like she would be more of a pianist. My youngest, Evelyn, is more of a rhythm type of girl, so they both sing, but Edie is more of a guitar, ukulele kind of person, and Zoe's more of a piano type of person. Struggled with wardrobe, dresser, and placement in this room because I didn't want it to seem too overstuffed, but at the same time I wanted them to have everything that they needed for their chosen careers. And bathrooms, I did the same. And just trying to reuse the same items as much as possible, just with different colors. So as you can see, I'm working on the walls just felt bare, so I wanted to make it kind of quirky because they're very artistic and quirky, and I wanted the house to feel artistic as well. So once again here, as you can see, I'm reusing a lot of the same items and just changing the colors. For the bed, I actually brought Edie in and got her opinion because there's a few different types of pink, and I wanted to see which one she liked better in that room. So because we couldn't change the colors to be that bright bubblegum pink on a lot of the other stuff, she chose to go with the darker pink. And once again, you can see I'm struggling with lighting these rooms. There's not enough items that actually give off a good bit of light, and it's really frustrating because I feel like a month ago this was not an issue. I feel like there was a lot more light given off by items. I feel like you kind of have to flood the room with lights now, so it's frustrating, but I make it work as best as I can. And I like the living room being kind of darker and having a more relaxing club vibe to it, I guess, like a lounge vibe. But the bedrooms are just, please give us better lighting options. It was so frustrating to get decent lighting, because especially for Evie's room, because she is an artist. Her career is probably going to be more toward art, and realistically you would want a bright room to paint in. And I know it doesn't have to be realistic, but I like when my Sims feels a little bit more realistic. I know a lot of you feel the same way. So it's just, I want brighter lighting options that don't take up as much room and that look nice. Because these little lights that you see that I have in the bathrooms right now, they're great. They provide so much light. They're wonderful, but they're tacky, and I want something prettier. I want everything to be pretty. So as you can see, once again, reusing the same exact furniture, just different colors, and mirrored placement. And it was a little difficult because one bathroom was kind of smaller than the other, and I couldn't completely make it fit, but I feel like I kind of made it work. I think I did a okay job. I also would like more countertop options, and I know I can go get some creative content and do that, but I want to I can't talk right. Honestly, I'm still kind of feeling sick, so I'm like really out of breath right now because that issue has not been fixed. Oh, and the guest bathroom. I know I can get creative content, but my goal is to provide content in my builds that everyone can use. I want people to be able to not have to go out and get creative content, because I know, like, once you get all of the expansion packs and everything, you really don't have enough room on your PC or MacBook or laptop to put all of the creative content files. So I wanted to put something out there that's kind of simple and, what can you do with what you have? And I feel like it's just a lot more challenging to try to make something that's different, that you don't have to have these downloaded files. Everyone has these same files if they have the expansion packs and all the game packs and all of that. And I don't even have all the packs yet. I'm working toward that in the coming months. Probably by Christmas, hopefully, I will have all of the packs. But and I want to do things that are base game only. I'm actually looking at taking all the packs, choosing items that are not from the packs, and just using items that are just from the base game to build, to see what you can do with that, because there was a long time there that I didn't have any of the packs, so I had to use base game only items, and that was back before I really got into building. But there are so many items that are base game that you can build with, that you can make a pretty nice looking house. So I will be doing that in an upcoming video. But right now, as you can see, I'm doing all the clutter and all of that, and we're almost done. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry for like the really fast speed through. This was 4 hours worth of video that I shrank down. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and you can find ways to donate and support down below. See you later, Gator!